Good morning. Here we are at the timber lumber yard. Anyway,
here we are at the end of our life. It feels like every ounce of energy is just going into getting rid of these trees.
As you can see, we did make quite a dent in it yesterday, so I think we'll get the same dent today once we get clearing and get going. I've got these funky glasses on because I'm just about to shred a bit, because my first earlies are already through their first slab of mulch already, so they're sprouting and I need to cover them up. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to put it away and keep going and clearing and adding to our lovely dead hedge which you see here. Rob had done a lot of filming yesterday and then realised that the bloody thing wasn't filming, so we're sort of just going to see if we can get a bit of filming done today and just show you how we're kind of going about it. We kind of had to work a bit of a process on how we do it. Do you want to say how you're doing your part?
I'm just sick of it, really. No, I'm cutting off large branches. We started off doing very small branches to make the hedge here, but it was just taking forever.
Ridiculous, yeah.
So we started to cut really big branches and take them to the far side of the hedge, and that seems to be working out well. So that went on the first third, I think, and so the branches are gone. All we're left with is lumber. So we'll come back and do that in the second pass, and Claire has thrown a lot of the lumber over the side. But my problem is I'm stuck now. There's like 6 trees falling sideways on top of each other, and I just want the branches, but I have to start at the top and dig my way down, so that's an absolute nightmare. But after those 6, I think I should be okay going down. And then these are really hard to get through as well, because they're actually put there by the digger when the pole went in, so they're just stacked, so there's no logic
on top of each other, yeah.
Take those bits out, so I'm saving that for last, the best bits.
But it clears and brings back so much of the garden, even just to take the branchy pieces off. So it's a huge success to get those into a dead hedge. Even if you are just left with just the lumber, at least we know that we can use that and cut that as we need it for firewood. But it brings us back to grass, you can see here. So it's nice to see the garden coming back once you get rid of all the branchy stuff. We feel like we're in like some kind of forest at the moment. We're just surrounded by trees. James from Wild Homestead would be very proud if you watch him at all. He's brilliant.
That's one of the best homestead channels I've seen in a very long time. Yeah. Check out Wild Homestead.
Yeah, he's great.
Booga.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll keep going, and I'll put you somewhere on a time lapse. Looks like I might have to plug you in already. But anyway, we'll keep going and give you an update a little bit later. See you later.
Bye. Hey folks, how's it going? You'll never guess what I'm doing right now. Actually, you probably will. I'm in the kitchen. I'm looking to make the kitchen bits. So this is what I'm at, trying to figure out how the kitchen bits go together. Just chuck stuff around there, Claire. Are we gonna start a blooper reel then?
What's your dinner, Nat?
Well, here you can see the first one's done. This is a 60 centimeter pantry we're gonna do. So it's full floor to ceiling. We did consider this actually when I was measuring the height. We just have a tiny gap. I'm gonna put a string of LEDs the whole way across the top. And this is going to be a pull out. I have the shelving unit. The carcass was a really good price actually. So just in case you're new and didn't see our planning videos, I bought the carcasses from BandQ. they do these deals where it's like 30% off, so I bought the whole kitchen there. Very cheap actually. What I did spend money on is the, it's here, it's these pull-out larder storage units. They're really, really cool to pull out. Instead of just opening the door and having shelves, we have this cool pull-out thing that you can access on both sides. So this is a 30, but just in that corner we have a 60, then a 30, then another 30. So I think these, maybe they're about 300, 400 each for them, and possibly this unit itself was only about 80. But it's pretty cool, just have the 80. However, there is no hinges and there is no door. So for the pull-out units, we don't need them. We are going to just attach our own doors to it. This was a nightmare to assemble, like proper nightmare. It's, you know, this cardboard backing at the back just did not want to go in and left this tiny little edge where it was forced. It's not quite perfect in some sides. Maybe I could have tightened that up a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. I have room, so let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 units going between the cooker and the wall here, and I have about, I think about 10 or 15 centimeters spare. So I'm going to assemble the units, start at the cooker, work my way back, attach them all together, get them all vertical and perfect. Any gap, we're going to fill that up. One down, only took like an hour. Second one to go. Let's do it. Why, hello everybody, good afternoon, it's lovely to see you again. By that I mean, I got a new GoPro so I can start recording. The last week or so I've been back and forth with Claire, so I actually haven't recorded much. It just came in the post now, so I'm in the middle of a job, but let me show you. I have assembled this 2.5 meter by 60 centimeter frame or carcass for a kitchen. There's going to be a pull-out pantry in there. I also have 2 30. They're also going to have pull-out pantries. And I have a 60, I have a 40 and a 15 countertop unit. I have just assembled all of these because I want to attach them to the wall. You might be asking, why the hell are we doing this at this point? And that would be a fair question to have, really. The long and the short of it is that we have done all the plasterboard in this room, as you can see, yay! And all the wiring, all the plumbing, everything is done. Claire is up there having a look at the mudding and taping. But if you see here, we have all of our kitchen stuff, all of our food, all our utensils on a scaffolding rack, which was a very temporary solution. But we really want it out of the way as we start to do all the mudding and taping, because it's going to have a hell of a lot of sandpaper. So what I want to do for 2 reasons is to just set up these carcasses, and then we're probably going to put a dust cover over the top of it, just so we can store our food, get the scaffolding back, and just stop them from making such a mess, really. I do not intend to put the doors on until we have everything at a much higher level, all the mudding and taping done, because the doors are to finish. I don't want anything that's going to affect them. However, the carcasses I can happily put up. So in order to put these together, I've built them all, and I've come back to the cooker, and just give you a look at our cooker now. This is an all-electric Stanley, and our floor is not level at all. We didn't really care about this because we're attaching it to the wall, but I wanted this cooker dead center of this window, and I got it center, and I had a little bit messing about trying to level it, because I want to get the level. I want it as high as possible. This cooker actually will only go to 93 centimeters, but I can't get it to full height because the floor isn't level, so I'm going in for 92. What I've done here is I've measured the outside of the cooker, and we have to have 5mm space for the cabinets, and this is the height of the cooker. Now myself and Claire are going to, let me drop it down a little bit. Myself and Claire are going to do our own concrete DIY counter. It's going to be about 6 centimeters. So this is the height of our counter we're going to bring back, and this is the height of our carcass. What I am going to do is I'm going to take the measurement from the carcass over there, and I want to put a piece of wood at the bottom, and I'm going to mount that just about here and run it the whole length. That way, whenever I'm sliding the new carcasses on, I know I'll get it perfectly level if I go this way. And then I'll just adjust the legs to suit. That's where I'm at the moment. Once I have this done, then we'll have all the counter units here perfectly level. Then these are going to be against the wall, and they're going to be close to the top. I'm going to take that measurement, and I'll do another similar thing with another piece of wood here, and I'm going to fit we have a couple of wall cabinets to go up there. Then we're going to be halfway to the cooker. I'm going to leave that be, and I'm probably going to build around the fridge, and that should help us just to get all our food stuff out of the way, get it behind the dust sheet, and then we can tackle all of this. I mean, look, we all know it's not ideal to be working in our space, but we got to do what we got to do. We're also thinking actually about selling the caravan. Shout out if you're interested in picking up the caravan. But we're thinking it's probably a better time to sell it now rather than wait till the end of the summer, which is where we're planning to move in. But if somebody, it's quite a big caravan, like, so somebody probably wants it for a holiday home or by a beach in a caravan park or something, and so they're going to want it at the start of summer. So we're can't really use that for cooking either, for storing stuff, so we're slowly moving our things out of there. And yeah, we're getting there, like, it's moving along, so we're quite happy with this, and the progress has been really fast since I was able to give a bit more time to it. Yeah, and Claire has a few surprises. She might show you a sneak peek soon, but anyway, for the most part, I'm going to do this. I'm hoping to get all the kitchen cabinets at least done by this weekend and on the wall, and I'm going to then start all the taping. Once all the taping, mudding, and maybe painting is done, then we'll come back and possibly we will fit the doors. So let's see how it goes. At the moment, I might leave you on record. I might time lapse. I might just show you when it's done, because really, like, it's not that interesting to me. I doubt it's going to be interesting to you. We'll see. I'm so happy with the new GoPro. Catch you later.
Under 17 years old.
So these are like a 30mm cabinet, but they're actually 30.5. That's another 30.5. And this is a 60.5. And lots of halves. I mean, it's kind of difficult to fit in. That's going to be a proper wedge. It's going to put it out of alignment. I don't know how's it going to work. Let's see. So here's one of the really cool tools I got for this kitchen project. It's a drill, but it's got a spring-loaded top. So, I can't even see that. Basically, this fits into one of the holes that comes with the hinges or the runners or the frames or whatever. It fits the perfect center, and you just push down and get a perfect hole. I had to order a few of these. I'll show you. A few of these in different sizes, so that when I'm fitting the hinges or the latches or the runners, I'm guaranteed to go straight through the center and not to the side. While I'm at it, I got a few depth adjustable countersunk drills. They're all kind of handy. I have a little pocket jig there. It's not really for the kitchen, I don't think. Maybe it might be for the doors. It's more of a furniture thing actually, just to put some pocket holes in it. And then this is really important. If you are doing what I have and you're just getting bare wood and you want to put the recessed hinges in there. Do I have the recessed hinges somewhere? I'll show you. Yeah, thank you, Claire, very noisy. Anyway, so I have a box of these soft close hinges. In order to fit them perfectly, you can see the kind of holes on either side. You want the screws perfectly lined up with that. But before you can line it up, you need to make a hole that's going to fit that. I think this is a 32mm hole. So this is a little jig to get the perfect size 32, maybe it's 35mm, with a Forstner bit. And it'll put the perfect hole in there, and with the perfect hole you can see there's two little things at the side here to drill perfect guide holes, screws here, and on the other side, you know, just There's a couple of tools on Amazon, maybe 40 euros will get you everything, and you should have no problem putting whatever the hell you want on front of your bog standard BandQ carcasses, and you can see just how many holes, so you can fit any configuration of anything. You could do shelves, or pull out, you could have a whole thing of pull out, the whole thing shelves. You can get various different types of pull outs. I'm doing 3 pull outs, so I expect that it's going to be quite heavy as I pull it out, so I want to reinforce it at the back. Now the wall slopes it a little bit, so I put a 2x1 there just to get the correct angle on it, and I'm going to use that 2x1 as the reinforcement for the angles here. So I'm going to have a few kind of cabinets up high here. You can see I'm joining 2 sides here, so I'm going to put one angle bracket there and connect it hard to the back. Where these 2 join, I'm going to put another one there, and this is just at the wall, so I'm going to put one there. So every second one, basically, I'm going to have one. And then I'm going to have some top mounted cabinets here. I'm going to do the same thing and just snug the whole thing down. Like a lot of the things on this build, maybe a little bit over engineered, but yeah, it's nice to save money, do it yourself, and over engineer things. So Claire's on her secret project at the back, so I'm going to stop recording because it's quite noisy. I might put you on time lapse. Just like that. Serious dexterity. Now, let's pick up all the screws that fell from my stubby fingers, my useless hands. I might look a little bit faster putting this up the second time, which kind of makes sense. It does get easier as you do it. However, the B&Q instructions don't have any instructions. They literally just have diagrams. I'll show you in a minute. And you're meant to intuit. Oh, come on. You're meant to intuit what goes where and why, which is not straightforward. But, like, I'm putting in some extra screws now because there are dozens of spare screws in the pack, and if you look at them, these ones are countersunk where the other ones are round nosed. I don't know what you call them, bullhead or something. I have no idea what's meant to go where. And even if I fill up all the holes, see you later. Even if I fill up all the holes, I still have spares left. It's just not clear what they're for. Let me show you. let's look at this together. So, this says install 22B, so that's the bottom. And A means to go forward. So it gives me like 8 holes here to mark out. That is brilliant, and it does a really, really good job of that. So I can use that, and I can get the roller in place, which is great. But then, so this is all we got. So here we can see just a generic, that's the round, oh sorry. This is the instructions. So I think these are the 8 holes I just showed you on the bottom. That's fine, but it still leaves us 6 holes in the middle. Are we to assume that they're not to be filled? I don't know. And at the top, it only says 4 screws as well. But I put 8 in. I mean, should I have? I don't know. I really don't. And here's the countersunk and the bullnose I just showed you. And actually the holes in the frame, they're all different sizes as well. So which one goes where, I don't know. But there are no instructions. This is just 1.1 assembly. There's actually no instructions anywhere on it. Just a bunch of diagrams, which is probably handy for multi-language support. But I mean, you get there in the end. And it's not too bad. I would definitely encourage you to check out BandQ kitchens. Very easy to do yourself. But you need a little bit of your own je ne sais quoi to get a work in, I say. I would say. And I have said it. I've said it there. I've said it. Next. We have the bar. Now you're kind of seeing this in real time. Ah, wait a minute. This is the bar. Quite easily. It just slides in down here. It's on. Boom. Just like that. And then with the top, we gotta pop in a couple of these little plastic spacers. Just so that they will fit. I'd say overall these are pretty good fits. There's only been a couple of issues with the actual fit. Unfortunately, one of those issues was down here on the cabinet, and that blew out the back. The holes hadn't been drilled enough. And as I'm looking now, I can see there should be a screw there. That's because we slide this up to fit the top runner. There should be a locking screw there, and that is missing. So I will just go and have a look for that. Actually, that wasn't a big deal. I actually saw it in the at the bottom of the cardboard, so that's okay. So I'll just get that in position, and then we'll close it off. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good, I think. Now down the bottom. I need one more bolt in the middle. I've mislaid that one. There are 2 little, how would you say, alignment bolts that go in next. And they are literally, I'll do this later once I have my doors on, but they're just in case they are just in case the frame is a little bit too much forward or a little bit too much backwards. These will just pick it up or push it back. Okay. Boom. Soft close pantry frame. Now let's put on the shelves. As I said, we're a little bit off. We are a little bit off putting the doors on these, but I am just going to hang the bits. So there's a little template for this, 4 screws, drill in the back of the door, but at the moment, let me just stick them up here. I actually have this really cool design for the shelves. Really should let Claire come for this. We shall put all of the long things up first. And now we get our baskets. The little basket just slot in. Now, like me, you may be tempted to pop these things in to close it off, but don't. You gotta put the base on first. Otherwise you have to take them all off, so in we go. It's just very simple. Just clip it in there, close it off, pop it in, and it's good. That's the system. As I mentioned, we are not going to finish this with regards to the doors, so I'm going to leave these loose. The doors are possibly going to be the hardest thing. There's plenty of holes there, it all fits together, it's all fine, but yeah, it's going to be pretty tricky fitting the doors. I'm not looking forward to that at all. But fitting these is really easy. We had one in our last house. It was a 60 like this one. And we just had shelves in it for a very long time. We were thinking, would we get a parlour? One of these pantry things. And we never did. But considering how easy it is now to put together, I really wish we had. Because they're just fantastic, little units. They're a bit expensive, but I think we're going to make the most of it. In our last house we had a utility room and we had a little pantry in the utility room. And when we were designing this house, we were kind of wondering, would we do that here? Like, would we fit in a little utility space or a pantry space? And we didn't, for two reasons. The first reason is we have a barn down there which is in a pretty good condition, and we want to put a kind of a root cellar for cold storage down there of some of our root crops. We also want to put some additional freezers in there for like any of the produce we have from the summer, and we want space for canning. But we didn't want all of that to take up space in our kitchen, so we're going to put them down there. We're also going to put a second kitchen, a little kitchen in there, because we want to use that space for dining. We're going to have a small table here. It's going to suit 4 people. But if we're having a big family gathering, which can go to maybe 20 or 25 people, we just want that space down there to be able to take that number. So we're going to have a little kitchen there, we're going to have storage. So really, do we want a utility and have another space down there? No. So we decided to just put these cabinets here. We have another full storage unit. I'm going to just fit that and put you on time lapse. I won't put you through watching me put it together again. And we have 2 here. So this for our house is a very good sized pantry, kind of larder unit, and we're just going to have a much bigger one for everything else off the farm in the barn. So that's a little bit of a background. The second reason was I didn't want to put our laundry in this house. So utility is really good for doing laundry. I want to put that outside, possibly down there in the same barn. So we didn't really have a need for laundry. And the third reason is, well, it's not really a reason, but you typically would have an oil boiler or a gas boiler in a utility room as well. We have neither. We have this pump house and the solar, and that's stored in the garden. So really the only thing for utility space is just a pantry, and it kind of just didn't make sense for us really. So this is why we decided to go for these shelving units. I like it, yeah. It's just nice, small, it's discreet. Yeah, pretty happy with this. Have a go making your own kitchen. This was a little bit different. Maybe I should have recorded, but one of the main things is you attach the door to the front of these, and the door will come straight out like this, and then the door will close like this. For some reason, now I don't know if I picked a different one, to be honest. I very quickly picked out our kitchen, but this has a door that opens like that. So the door when open is just going to block the window here, and there's a little runner here, and same on the bottom right down there, that'll attach to the door with a couple of joints, and that'll pull it out like this. I have it secured at the back with my little angle bracket. I need to secure it at the side here because it's a little bit loose, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll just slot in a 2x4, or sorry, a 1x2. I'm not sure yet. So that needs to be done, and then I'm all done with my carcass and my frame. There we go. Oh, I have to put the insides in. I forgot about that. And they just look something like this. Oh no. I think I made that same mistake. Damn it. I think I made the same mistake that you have to put them in before putting them on the frame. That's alright. They'll all have to be taken off and put back on. Actually, you know what? I bet you Claire is going to reposition all of these shelves exactly how she wants to store her bananas. Who knows? But happy enough with that. It's definitely clearing out a lot of boxes. That's half the boxes we're getting rid of. I can start to see these boxes break down as well, so very happy at the idea of absolutely lovely loss. Thank you very much. Absolutely loving the idea of getting rid of the boxes, number one, and then moving all that stuff in here onto my shelves. We're going to get a dust sheet just to cover the whole thing, and same, we're going to cover the white goods there as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the island. I think that may just get in the way of doing the roof. I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I'll just make the components so we can move them around. Anyway, so next step is to attach the wall bracket there. I think I'm going to take off this backing board because I don't think that's the right angle, and I'm going to attach the wall brackets. That's going to take me up to the center of my cooker. It's a sunny evening. I'm about halfway through the week. I'm really keen to get this done by Friday so I can get back out and chainsaw the trees for the weekend. I really like to get this done by Friday. Actually, get it done by Thursday because Friday is my editing day. Yeah. Alright, feck. Don't think... Well, let's try and get it done. Let's see. Catch you later. Good morning, guys. A little bit tired. Not due to physical work, but I mean, there's a lot of mats involved in these. Anyway, we have half of the kitchen somewhat assembled. The goal now is to move this fridge and get cracking on the other half. Let's do it. Well folks, quick update. Just wanted to let you know I got that nasty little 30 centimeter tall larder unit put up there. This is going to be where we keep our cleaning stuff, our kind of brushes, maybe the small Dyson Hoover. So 2 items I have left to do, and they require a bit of thought. The first one is I have another one of these. It's a 100 centimeter wall unit. Got to pop another one on there. And then I have a 100 centimeter bridging unit which goes above fridge freezers like this. It won't be at the back, it's going to be forward at this level, so I'll have to build some sort of a frame at the back. So just 2 small units left. It's tricky, so I got to build a frame behind this one, as I said. However, this wall unit is just going to hover there, and I don't think I'm necessarily happy seeing the fridge here. So I maybe need to build something. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna finish this one, but I gotta get that up anyway. Maybe put some OSB backing. Reason being is I gotta move this out a minute. It's just kind of flush with that, just to give us some support. But we're gonna do birch plywood on the front, and I want birch plywood here, so I gotta move this out, put up a strip of birch plywood just to make it look good. So I'm kind of thinking I should do the same there. Put a strip of birch plywood on top of the work surface, and that'll take it up to the cabinet up there. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna get the 2 cabinets on the wall connected and think about what to fit in here. So horse you back on time lapse, because I really want to get this finished this evening. I just want to get the frames up and the walls secured. I also need to put in, there's 3 drawers there. There's a little pull-out storage, another pull-out storage, and 3 drawers. If I get that done, I'll be happy. All the rest of the boxes we have up the top there are just the cabinets that's going to go on this peninsula, but that'll be either next week, or maybe I'll get the work surfaces done here and I come back to that once the mudding and taping. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Drive on, get all the cabinets done, or pause and go on to another project and come back. Details below. Well, look at this, folks. Carcasses of the first half of the kitchen done. Not looking too shabby, I would say. Well deserved. Finish up at 7:30 tonight. I shall do some editing. You know, I often notice people on YouTube, they turn the camera over and they naturally fix their hair. I find myself doing it every now and then. My hair gets pretty dusty with Claire's secret project. Stay tuned to see what that is. Not sure when we release that. Anyway, Claire's working on a secret project. I've got this done. I'm going to copy the files tonight. I'm going to finish up early. It's 8 o'clock. I get to copy the files. I get to do some editing tomorrow. I get to do some chainsawing at the weekend. And then, next week, back for the second part of the kitchen. The peninsula. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Links below. Catch you next time.